Hi there, my name's Vince from My Mate Vince, and in this video today we have a tea break repair. In here we have an old electronic game. I think it's from 1979. There is not one YouTube video on this when I just search now, which is unbelievable. So it's a Grandstand game. That was a popular maker of electronics back in the day, and this game is Keegan. It's supposed to be a football game. Now, if it's the end of the 1970s, it's going to be very, very basic. But who knows, it might be fun. And it's not working, so I purchased it from eBay for £12. It was up for £14.99. And it says best offer, so I put in £12 and it got accepted. And if you have a look here, it says it may be water damaged. So it says, faulty game, not working, possible water damage, no returns. Now this is a tea break repair, so pause the video now while I get this over to the blue mat and get yourself a nice drink and relax with me over the next 10 or 15 minutes, and let's see if we can get this old game working again. Okay, I might have been ever so slightly out with that 10 or 15 minutes. Think more like 40, 45 minutes, but I give you permission to take time out of your day and have that extra cup of tea. I think the video's worth it, and you can't find this thing anywhere else on YouTube, so to see it get repaired and maybe, fingers crossed, work by the end of it, then I think it's worth it. Anyway, let's get back to the video and back over to the blue mat. Now, it's nice to see it in the box and in very good condition. Look at that haircut. Do you know what? It reminds me of Maradona. Look at that. Now, Keegan was a little bit before my time. I knew him, I knew of him, but he stopped playing in 1984, and around about then, that's when I would have been getting into football. I think when about 86, that's when I started playing for like a local team and the Cubs and stuff like that. So yeah, although we knew of him, with me it was more kind of like Gary Lineker, John Barnes, Ian Rush. Going to probably name most of the Liverpool players. That sort of era. Right. Okay. Well, it's very nice that the box is here. Look at this. Isn't it amazing that there's no videos on YouTube? I mean, unless I'm typing it up wrong. I've put in Grandstand Kevin Keegan game, etc. YouTube, everything's on YouTube now. Everything. But yet this isn't. This is lovely. Don't break it now after all these years. Oh, instructions as well. Now this has been looked after. 1979. It is 1979. Excellent. So obviously they would have just found somebody who was famous at the time and who was willing to put their name to it. I'd love to know how much he got paid for this, because it really would. It makes the product so much more sellable, doesn't it? Well, there's a little bit of corrosion going on down here, but it doesn't look too bad. Sipping on a nice Vimto for that sugary goodness. So nice. Out of the My Mate Vince mug, of course, merch down in the description down below. Now, well, that's making contact. That one does look a little bit rusty. That doesn't feel nice now. Player 1, player 2, it just sort of goes between them. Wonder, could it be a faulty switch? Right, let's take it apart and see what's going on. These screws do look a little bit iffy. So I hope you're all keeping well. Again, I feel like I've been a little bit slow on the uploads. I've done loads of filming. I just need to get around to editing everything. And like always, things have gone against me, so then I end up having about 8 hours of footage. Every single memory card I've got is full. So yeah, it takes a long time, unfortunately. Little adapter here, I presume that's for if you don't want to use the batteries. Ah, look, it's slightly broken just here. So in here, will there be little incandescent bulbs, I wonder? Oh, there we go. Got to be careful because that's going to be well brittle now after all these years. Yeah, look, something's been dropped down this side. Or leaking batteries. Let me just take a picture of that so I know which way it goes back together. Right, what's happening here? Oh, are these tiny little LEDs in here then? Maybe they are. Okay, so we've got little clips here, here, here and here just holding it in. That's just broken, that's annoying. That's going to happen because the plastic's going to be very brittle. Right, let's try to do this one more gently. There. Okay. Now what have we got going on? What we got going on? So the batteries are bridged there, so it's just going to be 6 volts, isn't it? So they're in series. And this one here's the positive, that's the negative. So let's unsolder this and then we can work on it more easily. Oh, we've got a chip down here. Let's zoom in. Look at the chip while the soldering iron's heating up. Here we have it. Pick. That little piezo buzzer looks like it's had a fair bit of corrosion on it. Those are transistors. Some kind of, looks like a little transformer, doesn't it? Got a diode there. Let's unsolder these wires. Now, just in case it was dodgy terminals on the batteries, let's put 6 volts directly into here. Right, so I've got my bench power supply here, going to turn it on. Turn it down to 6 volts. And I think I'll just do about 500 milliamps. Right, it's not drawing anything. Let's turn it on. Still not drawing anything. Right, so it's definitely faulty and it's not the battery contacts. I wonder, could it be a switch? That doesn't feel good. It's just grating across. Let's have a look at that. Maybe corrosion's got into that switch. So now, how am I going to take this off? Annoyingly, there's more clips here. Is it just those two? I think it is. Oh yeah, it looks furry as anything in here. Oh. Yeah, oh, not too bad. But look, can you see here? We've got a nice bit of fur going on. Now, so they've put foam on. And the switch is here. The switch is here. Well, that should be simple enough, shouldn't it? Why did it feel so graty? Well, I think the reason it wasn't clicking very nice into 1 and 2 is just because this plastic here probably needs to be just lifted out ever so slightly. Like that. Right now. Yeah, that's going to click now into each part. Well, that looks okay there. That does look a little bit... You know what? That is tarnished. Can you see? Look there. So maybe it hasn't made a good contact. Look at that. Yeah, I bet you that's making a bad contact. Let's get a multimeter and see if we can prove that. I'm going to go to continuity. First of all, I just want to go between here and here. Yeah, there's nothing there. Listen. Got to push in really hard. Really hard. Yeah, look at that, not working. But when you push in hard, it does. Not working. Okay, let's get a little fiberglass. What should I clean this with? I am gonna get I need something a little bit on the rough side. A magic eraser, I think. I've got the magic eraser. Let's see if this cleans it. I don't think this is going to be rough enough. No, it's not rough enough. Right, really I should be using the fiberglass one. It's just I hate the fibers going into my skin. So I'm going to use the brass bristle here. Hopefully that will clean it up. So off is this one and here. Player 1 is this one, here and here. And then player 2 is just here and here. Just going to clean it up with some IPA. And I just want to clean up the little bit of corrosion up here as well. Be careful, under here's all corroded, look. Yeah, they're not going to work. Look at that. Right, let's see if we can take off this foam. Well, yeah, it's really furred up. That's had some weird reaction. Look at that. That's weird, isn't it? It looks like it's been really scraped. Let's just, and this is glue on the top. Anyway, they need to come off. Well, yeah, look at that. So it looks like the batteries have leaked, but haven't actually affected the battery terminals too much. They've just gone straight up into the actual item itself. Now that one's nice and clean, so we can leave that one. I'll tell you what, I'll take it off for the time being so I can clean everything. But yeah, look at that one, that's immaculate. So I have to scrub, clean, scrub, clean, scrub, clean for at least a good 15 minutes. Annoyingly, the corrosion's really eaten through the copper tracks. So yeah, unfortunately this game is in quite a bad shape on the inside. So this part here is completely broken away. You can see the track here is no longer connected to that track there. Still may work just between here and here, but it's not going to make the best connection, is it? So I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of copper tape or something here. So back to scrubbing, cleaning, scrubbing, cleaning, scrubbing, cleaning for another 5 to 10 minutes. Oh, I think that's just the sellotape breaking down. Probably from the corrosion. Yeah, that's just all sellotape. Right, I'll leave them soak in the IPA for a bit. Okay, so quite a bit of work to do here. Let's see what's going on this side. There we go. Now this side looks nice. Okay, I don't think we need to do anything on that side. That looks lovely. Good. But yet that still looks a bit corroded here. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Not corroded, oxidized. Let's see. No. Not even if I go in hard. That's not working. Yeah, it's really chalky. So now I have to scrape this side back, and once we do that, let's see now if we have continuity. Right, it's definitely better. I don't know if it's perfect or not. Let's try this one. Now, you know, I'm thinking the ones that look good here still had that kind of chalky residue on. So I think we need to clean it all under here. Although they look fine, I think they're not gonna, I don't think they're gonna work properly. Yeah, look, they're all chalky. Look at that. They're not gonna work. No? Even when I go hard. Yeah, okay. So you get the idea. I don't think I need to show you any more cleaning. It's a bit strange how this has got so oxidized over here. I mean, this isn't to do with the battery corrosion. The other side, yes. Not this side, but yet every single contact that hasn't got the solder mask on is really chalky. Unless, of course, could it be something to do with because it's encased and the batteries have been leaking, that those gases have somehow attacked it? Or is it just because this is 43 years old now that it's metal and it's just oxidized? I'm not too sure. Anyway, even when I clean every single one of them here, I'm not that happy with it, because even with the continuity tester, it's working much better than it was, but it doesn't seem perfect. So I think it's a good idea to get the soldering iron and basically put a fresh layer of solder over every single one. What's quite interesting is, I know this is just all fast forwarded through, but the solder's actually spitting. So on some of the bits it's kind of popping and spitting. So I do have to actually get some safety glasses, because a couple of bits came out and landed on my forearm. It didn't hurt. You could just feel it burning through the skin. Only joking. They're only tiny. We're talking about balls of solder that are less than 1 millimeter. So no, it didn't hurt, but you could feel it hit your skin. And obviously this very hot, so it was splatting on the skin. Really strange how, I suppose it's the, I don't know, just really dirty, and the solder's not wanting to stick to it, so it's kind of bubbling and flying out. So yeah, that takes a long time. Also, I have to get some copper tape to redo the contact that's completely eaten away. That's easy to do. You just cut it to size, flatten it down, and then just add solder on top of that onto the existing contact one side and onto the existing contact the other side. So this next part of the video now is basically where you see all that work has been done, and I now need to just put some protection on the bits that have the exposed copper. Okay, annoyingly, I didn't film that bit, but basically all I did was cut off a tiny little bit of this copper tape, and then it's so thin it's kind of easy to form round corners. So if you have a look here, this is like copper slug tape, so it's slightly sticky on one side, but you still have to solder it to all the other bits to make sure you've got continuity. So if you look now, it now goes up here, so this is the new copper tape bit up here, around here and around here. So hopefully when I put the lid on, it will click between here and here. That's what I'm hoping anyway. I can always kind of force this down. I can always make this a little bit flatter, add some heat and make this flatter, but I think it might be okay. Right now, I want to show you through the microscope these little LEDs, because they remind me just of the BT mole ones that I was talking about. It's a weird square with a wire coming out. So let me get the microscope. Right now, check this out. So these are the things that's going to light up. And if you have a look, can you see we have a square with a wire coming off to give it power to the middle of the square. So I think it's this square thing here that actually lights up. Let's look at another. Can you see that? And they're exactly the same ones that I was talking about with the BT mole. But I couldn't show it to you on that one. So I'm hoping they're going to be okay. Fingers crossed they'll be okay, because they're too small to repair, and if I touch that with a soldering iron, I'm sure it will just melt away. Right, okay, so now what we need to do is get some solder mask to cover up the copper bits, but rather than use solder mask, because it's going to take forever, I'm going to use nail varnish, because it will dry quicker. And I want this side to look like this side here. So the only things on display are going to be the silver bits here, and all the green things will be covered up. Right, that looks a little bit nicer. So I'm going to let that go off for a while, and then we can stick these bits back on it and then the foam back on it, and then we can turn it on and see if it works. Right, it's gone nice and dry now. Let's start putting these back on. Right, here goes. Let's get the bench power supply on. And it's this side here to turn it on, isn't it? Is it going to do anything? Yes. We've got red lights. I think I can hear something through that. Yeah, there you go. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's put it back together. Maybe when this is connected to here, it will reverberate through and give us some noise. So we'll put it all back together and see if it's working. Alright, let's turn the lights off. Let's see if this is going to work. So, player 1. Ah, look at that. Player 2. Oh, look. So that moves those ones. Oh, yeah, okay. So I'm looking here, you can see that's moving around. Ah. So is that the ball then? This one here? Looks that way, doesn't it? Right, okay, let's try this side. Oh, we're only one player. Right, so if I was to go to 2 player, then so I wonder what the other player... Oh, is the other player just a goalie? So was that a goal? Let's try again. So move the goalie out of the way. Ah, so that's a goal. Right, so now... Oh, now it's this turn. Oh, I get it. Right, let's save this one. And now I'm the goalie here. Yeah, so shoot doesn't work here. So you take it in turns, basically. Oh, that's kind of nice. So forward, back, back, back. Yeah, so the only ones you can play are 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, these 2 are not working, are they? Oh, do you run out of time? Let's have a look here. Now, should we be allowed over here? Because it's not working on both ones, do you know what I mean? Can you see there? That's what happens if I shoot. I went over there. Oh, I'm confused now. It doesn't take much, does it? Now, yeah, I was confused, but it all makes sense. All the LEDs work apart from that whole row at the end. Or would it be a column? Column or row? Don't know. I suppose it depends which way you hold it. But that whole row down the bottom doesn't work. So now this next part of the video, I have to find out why that whole column is not working. So let's just skip through to when I've got it dismantled again. It's a real shame that I have to do this. You never know, I might be lucky, it might not break. Yes. Excellent, I've done it. Right now, let's see what's going on. Let's zoom right in and see if it makes sense. So now, annoyingly, I can't see where that goes to. Does it jump off anywhere else? I mean, what's going on here? Doesn't look too nice, does it? Right. So, if it was just this light that was faulty, you would trace this one here. If it was just this light, you would trace this one. But the very fact that none of this rail works, all of these other ones can't be faulty. So, it has to be something to do with this. And this only goes onto one of these. The problem is I can't see where it goes to. Why have they done these bits here? I wonder, would it be this one here? But that involves this jumping all over these, and that's not going to happen, is it? Yes, it is. It does jump over them. Maybe that's why they need this stuff here to lay it. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. How is it jumping over them? Yeah, but every place where they jump, it has this stuff here. Don't quite understand how they've done that. Ah, do you know what? They must be soldered wires. There must be a pad, and they must have soldered a wire across and then put this mess on to jumper it. Anyway, let's just see if these are all in contact with here. Anywhere else? No, so it's here. I'm just going onto the side of the board to make it easy to test from. Ooh, yeah, there. Right, so we need to follow from here down. So it goes on to this one. Now, this is where the corrosion was. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Right, let's zoom in. So now, from here, that looks okay to there, doesn't it? Goes along, goes along, goes along to here. Now I wonder, has it gone somewhere in there? Looks like it goes to there, doesn't it? I'd love it if I could get this working. Fantastic. It's not getting there. Please, please, please say that goes up to here. Right, okay, let's take this side off again, because this is where the corrosion was. So, now let's see what's going on. Oh yes, 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 it looks darkened here. That's definitely going from here, along to here. And it's not getting there. Yes! Amazing! Brilliant! I love it when you can physically see a trace, but you can't hear the continuity. Oh, yes, 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 I think we found the problem. Fantastic. Right, let's see where it's gone. I presume it's this darkened bit. All we have to do is run a wire from here to here anyway. I just want to see where it's gone. There you are. That's where it's gone, just there. So if we get continuity, you can hear here, 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 and nothing. just there. That's what caused that whole row to go. And the reason we knew it was a row is because they're all in contact with each other. So it had to be, it couldn't be any of the other ones, you know? If it was, let's go back to here. It couldn't be, for example, this trace here, because this is only feeding this light and that light there. It had to be something which is feeding the whole row. And it's that one there. Fantastic, excellent. Well, I really, really enjoyed that. Let's solder that up now. So there we have it, one of the longest T-brake repairs. Apologies for that, but this was quite involved. So I just need to solder it up. That involves putting a bit of solder each side of the brake and then just running a tiny bit of wire in between both of them and then just covering it in some nail varnish just to seal it. Then I just give everything a bit of a clean, put it all back together, and then give the casing and stuff a clean. And let's now just go straight to the end of the video where it's all put back together and we can show it hopefully working. We're done. So let's imagine it's Christmas 1979. You open up your present and you're greeted with this lovely perm. Ah. Now let's see if that row is working. I love the fact that this is in its box. And it's in such good condition with the instructions. The item itself isn't in that good condition, but the box is in certainly good condition. Do you know what I noticed when I was cleaning it up? Look, you can actually see where each hole is because of the way it's yellowed, but it hasn't yellowed where the posts are. So where the plastic's thin, it's yellowed, but where the plastic is thick, it hasn't yellowed. Never really put much thought into that before. So maybe thicker plastic doesn't yellow as quick as thinner plastic. Hope you can see that. There, and there. Anyway, here we have it. It's a nice looking thing, isn't it? The colours and stuff. I like it. Do you think that line's going to work? I think yes. It's been a bit of a long T-brake repair, hasn't it? But before I do these, I never know how involved it's going to be. And really, there was quite a bit of work to do in this one. Right, here we go. Turn on. So the idea is you will play one player like this and two player against each other. So let's put it to two player, and then we can make sure all the bits are working. I can already see the lights. They're already here. Ah, there you go. They're already here. Fantastic. Let's get it all in. There we go. So how do you actually start it? Here we go. Now, there, up, all the way across. That's all working. Now, let's kick the ball here and it will go diagonal across here. Ready? There. Oh, it's come back to me. Don't know what that means. So let's move across. Let's actually try to get a goal. Sorry, it feels weird doing... Ah, I think I spent too long in my half, so now it's this one. Yes, and that's going all the way over both sides. Why does it say 3-5? Oh, it's counting down, look. So you run out of time, look. Can you see it's counting down? Is that a goal? Thank you very much. Playing against myself. Vince from the future here, just butting in. I did finish the video, but there was a few things I didn't mention. This is on Pro, and this is on Amateur. Now listen. And watch, I didn't realise you could run all the way up the pitch. Look, I'm in the other half now. But they kind of surround you. But yeah, suddenly the game feels a lot better. Let me see if I can get a goal. No. It's not going to let me have that goal, is it? Go on. Yes! Got in there. And also, check this out. I didn't really realise, I thought it was just lights, but it's not. It's overhead view of a player. And when they run forward, you can see their arms, or legs, I presume it's arms, alternating. So let me zoom right in. Now watch this. You can see now his arm is to the left and arm is to the right. Now if I move forward, watch. Can you see? Can you see? So when I go to the side, it's alternating. And also when I'm running. Look. so it kind of looks like a player. You've got to remember, 1979 is quite an interesting little game. Yeah, I like it. I do like it. I think it's quite charming. It's amazing how certain things are collectible and other things aren't. I mean, why is that not collectible? Is it just because it doesn't bring back enough memories for people? Is it just because, is this just UK based? Did a game like this, I presume if this was in America, was it maybe ice hockey or something else? Was it, or basketball? Was it the same sort of principle but just a different game? Why is that not collectible? I got it for £12. I'm sure you can buy it working for probably £20. I mean, I got it for £12 in its box. Imagine if that was a Game & Watch, how much would that be worth? I mean, that is a fun game. Thoughts gone into that. I like it. So, yeah, that is it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a massive thumbs up. And I will see you all very, very soon. Take care, everyone.
It with my mate Vince. Could be hard or it could be a cinch. Can you fix it, my oh my? At least I'm gonna try.